Welcome to Astro Guide Path, Aquarius. You are the visionary of the zodiac, bold, unconventional, and spiritually attuned. You dream in galaxies while others are still learning to look up. But from June 4th to 9th, the cosmos sends a sharp reminder. Even the most enlightened path can be littered with traps. These days bring powerful energetic shifts that could either align you with your destiny or quietly derail you through subtle spiritual sabotage. You might feel more intuitive than ever. Synchronicities increase, dreams intensify, and your internal compass feels alive. But not all that glitters is gold. Some lessons come disguised as opportunities, and some insights are illusions in celestial clothing. This period is not to be feared, but respected. With awareness and clarity, you can navigate these 6 spiritual traps and emerge stronger, wiser, and clearer in your mission. Let's dive deep. Aquarius, you've always been a seeker of truth, of purpose, of something bigger than the noise around you. You crave deep meaning and alignment with causes, people, and visions that match your higher values. But from June 4th to 9th, you may find yourself drawn to things that look aligned on the surface, but are quietly misaligned underneath. Be careful. Not everything that shines is your light. During this period, the energy in the air may feel inspiring, even electric. You might meet someone who gets you instantly, or stumble upon a project that seems tailor-made for your soul mission. But here's the warning. These alignments could be illusions. You may feel swept up in a fast yes that later turns into a painful, why did I agree to this? What to watch out for? People who speak your language but don't live your truth. Groups or ideologies that sound revolutionary but lack depth or direction. The urge to idealize a new opportunity just because it feels meant to be. Aquarius, your visionary heart is a gift, but it can make you vulnerable to smoke and mirrors. You're so ready to believe in something greater that you sometimes ignore the red flags waving in the wind. Spiritual antidote? This week, don't rush. Before jumping in, ask yourself a grounding question. Is this feeding my soul or just stroking my ego? Does this person, path, or project truly support your evolution or just your image? You don't need to say yes just because something looks good or feels magical. You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to ask deeper questions. You're allowed to walk away. Real alignment doesn't need to rush you. It grows with integrity. It calls you inward before it calls you outward. Key reminder, your destiny doesn't need to be dramatic to be powerful. It just needs to be true. If something makes you feel like you're bending your truth or compromising your core, even a little, it's not alignment, it's distraction. Aquarius, you're wired for the skies. Ideas, inspiration, and inner wisdom flow through you like lightning. But between June 4th to 9th, the cosmic energy, thanks to your unpredictable ruler Uranus, might tempt you to float too high. And that's where this spiritual trap sneaks in. This week, you may find yourself leaning into the spiritual to avoid the uncomfortable. Meditation becomes a hiding place. Affirmations become a substitute for action. And suddenly, you're so deep in your headspace that you've lost touch with real life. What to watch out for? Saying everything happens for a reason when you're really just avoiding a hard conversation. Pulling card after card or reading every astrology post to delay making a move. Getting caught in downloads or messages with no plan to ground them into actual change. Aquarius, you're not wrong for wanting peace, but peace isn't found by floating above your problems. It's earned by facing them. Spirituality is meant to connect you to life, not help you escape it. Spiritual antidote: ground yourself. When your energy feels scattered, pull it back into your body and your space. Do something simple and tangible. Journal your thoughts instead of spiraling in them. Call the person you've been avoiding and speak your truth. Clean your space, because cluttered energy equals cluttered thinking. Even 15 minutes of action can clear more than hours of overthinking. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next real step. That's how you build trust with yourself and the universe. Key reminder: real enlightenment doesn't remove you from reality, it roots you in it. Growth isn't about escaping discomfort. It's about learning how to move through it with clarity and grace. Aquarius, you were born to be different, and that's your power. You don't follow trends, you create them. But between June 4th to 9th, be careful not to confuse your independence with isolation. There's a fine line between protecting your peace and pushing people away. This week, the energy might have you feeling detached, distant, or even a bit above it all. You may look at the chaos around you and think, nobody gets me, or I'm better off alone. And while your space is sacred, this mindset can quietly build emotional walls that block the very connections your soul craves. What to watch out for: pulling away from people and calling it boundaries when it's really avoidance. Feeling like you're the only one who gets it and closing your heart to others. Thinking your solitude makes you more evolved, more awakened, or somehow superior. Aquarius, your uniqueness isn't meant to isolate you. It's meant to inspire and unite. But that only works when you stay open, even when others don't fully understand you. You don't have to dim your light. Just don't use it to blind others or yourself. Spiritual antidote: ask yourself, am I retreating to recharge or to avoid? There's nothing wrong with stepping back if it's helping you heal. But if it's just creating distance and resentment, it's time to soften. Try reconnecting this week. Reach out to someone you trust. Let them in, even just a little. You might be surprised how much support and love is waiting for you once you open the door. Key reminder: solitude is sacred, but connection is divine. Vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's how true belonging begins. You don't have to choose between being unique and being loved. You can have both. But it starts with letting people see you, flaws, fears, genius, and all. Aquarius, your energy is magnetic, healing, and wise beyond your years. People naturally come to you for guidance, and you rarely turn them away. But from June 4th to 9th, you may start to confuse helping with saving, and that's where this trap begins. Your big heart wants to see people win, grow, and evolve. But if you're not careful, you'll start taking on their pain as if it's your own. You may feel like it's your responsibility to fix, carry, or even suffer alongside others. And before you know it, you're drained, off balance, and carrying emotional baggage that was never yours to begin with. What to watch out for: feeling like someone else's healing depends on you. Losing sleep, energy, or peace trying to be there for everyone. Staying in toxic dynamics because you believe they need me. Aquarius, your compassion is beautiful, but don't let it become your trap. You don't have to be the hero in everyone's story. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back. Spiritual antidote: you are a lighthouse, not a lifeboat. You're here to shine, to guide, and to be an example of healing, not to jump into everyone's storm and try to steer their ship. This week, ask yourself, am I helping out of love or out of obligation? Do I feel energized after giving or completely drained? Is this connection mutual or one-sided? If the answers point to depletion, it's time to recenter. Set healthy boundaries. Trust that people have their own inner compass, even if they're lost right now. You can love someone without carrying their wounds. Key reminder, it's not abandonment to protect your peace. It's empowerment. Let others rise in their own time, on their own terms. You're not here to fix everyone. You're here to inspire them to fix themselves. So take a step back this week, Aquarius. Refill your cup. The world needs your light, but it doesn't need you to burn out. Aquarius, your mind is a powerhouse, brilliant, quick, and always reaching beyond the obvious. You're wired to receive downloads, spot patterns, and connect dots others don't even see. But from June 4th to 9th, your mental gifts could tip into overdrive. And that's when insight starts to feel more like anxiety in disguise. This week, you may find yourself spiraling in thoughts that seem spiritual, decoding synchronicities, over-analyzing someone's energy, obsessing over a dream or message from the universe. But if you're left feeling tense, overwhelmed, or paralyzed, chances are it's not your intuition speaking, it's your mind working overtime. What to watch out for? Reading into signs so deeply you lose the bigger picture. Connecting the dots between things that don't actually relate. Feeling fear and labeling it as a divine warning instead of anxiety. Aquarius, real guidance doesn't leave you spinning. It lands softly. It feels calm, grounded, and often simple. If you're getting lost in thought loops that feel urgent or dramatic, it's likely your head, not your higher self, doing the talking. Spiritual antidote. When in doubt, slow it down, breathe, come back into your body. Try this simple reset. Pause, ground, wait 24 hours. If the message is real, it'll still be clear tomorrow. If it fades or changes, it was likely just noise dressed as insight. Grounding practices are your best friend this week. Go for a walk without your phone. Touch the earth, write your thoughts down, and then step away from them. Give your spirit space to speak without the interference of mental static. Key reminder, not every thought is a sign. Not every sign is a call to action. Aquarius, your intuition is not supposed to feel like mental gymnastics. True inner knowing is quiet, steady, and doesn't rush. Trust that clarity comes with stillness, not with overthinking. So the next time you feel your mind racing in the name of downloads, take a step back. Insight should bring peace, not panic. Aquarius, your energy naturally lives in the upper realms, ideas, visions, downloads, dreams. You're a thinker, a seeker, a soul that floats high above the ordinary. But from June 4th to 9th, this gift can quietly become a trap, disconnecting you from your body in the name of spirituality. You might start believing your physical needs are less important. Maybe you skip meals because you're in the zone, or push past exhaustion because rest is for the weak. This trap whispers, the body is just a vessel, ignore it. But ignoring it cuts you off from your true power. What to watch out for? Skipping sleep, meals, or movement while chasing spiritual experiences. Feeling guilty for resting, relaxing, or taking care of your body. Dismissing real signs of burnout by saying you're ascending or shifting frequency. Aquarius, real elevation isn't about floating away from your body. It's about living fully inside it. Your physical form isn't a distraction. It's your home while you're here. It's also one of your clearest intuitive tools. Spiritual antidote: come back to earth, feed yourself well, drink more water, stretch, sleep, touch the earth, your skin, your heart. Your body is not in the way of your growth. It's a sacred part of it. Try simple practices this week that ground you into your physical self. Eat something nourishing without multitasking. Walk barefoot on the ground. Say thank you to your body out loud. Take a nap without guilt. These small acts are deeply spiritual. They remind your soul that it's safe to fully land here. Key reminder: you're not here to transcend the body. You're here to embody your soul. That means taking care of your human needs with the same reverence you give to meditation, tarot, or energy work. So if your head is in the stars this week, let your feet find the ground. It's not either or, it's both. And your body, it's your sacred bridge between the two. Aquarius, you are standing at a powerful threshold. June 4th to 9th isn't just another week, it's a cosmic test, not of your strength, but of your discernment. The universe isn't trying to trip you up, it's refining you. It's stripping away illusions so you can rise into the version of yourself that was always meant to lead. But here's the truth: you cannot walk into your destiny if you're tangled in someone else's confusion, chaos, or karmic patterns. These 6 spiritual traps may show up softly, even seductively. They might sound like wisdom, they might feel like love. But if they drain your energy, cloud your clarity, or disconnect you from your truth, they're distractions, not destiny. Here's what to remember. Check, return to your center. Your intuition speaks in calm, not chaos. Trust your body. Your physical signals are sacred messages, not inconveniences. Clarify your boundaries. Not everyone who wants your light deserves your access. And above all else, stay awake. You are not here to blend in. You are not here to play small. You are here to wake the world up, but only if you remain conscious yourself. So take this week seriously, Aquarius. Reflect deeply, move intentionally, say no without guilt, say yes without fear. Because your next chapter doesn't need more effort, it needs more alignment. Want more weekly spiritual insights just like this? Subscribe to our channel to stay in tune with the cosmic currents guiding your growth. We're here to help you rise, remember, and return to your power again and again. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a soul-aligned message. The universe is speaking. You're listening. Now it's time to act.